What as a guy do you wish girls knew? Just because I'm not talking, doesn't mean I'm not enjoying my time with you. I knew I was going to marry my now wife when I realized that the awkward silences in our relationship weren't awkward. We can be completely tuned into each other without talking. Nothing is more reassuring in our relationship than when we're just quietly hanging out and she just leans against me. Get away from me at night in the summertime, I still love you. I'm just hot as fuck and don't want to snuggle. My GF was sleeping on me last weekend and my mind was screaming, "Get off me, woman, how are you under a blanket in this heat?" Anyway, I know not to wake a sleeping demon, so I let her be. We don't know where we want to eat either. I tell every woman I date, if you don't make a decision, we're getting tacos. If we get tacos 20 times in a row, so be it. I love tacos. We aren't great with hints. Communication is king. Subtle hints don't work. Strong hints don't work either. Just say it. When I was in college, I lived in a co-ed house. My roommate's best friend was this girl I had known from classes and been friendly with, never thought anything of. She'd text me asking if I was out at the bars once in a while, and I thought that's what friends do. One night after the bar, me and her go get food and walk down to the park and lay down watching the stars, talking at like 2 a.m. She's holding my arm. I still think nothing of it. Friends, right? A month later, we're at the club and her friend comes up to me and is like, "Did XX text you? She's at home and wants to see you." I check my phone and I see she's like, "Not feeling like going out, but you can come hang out if you want." Her roommates are like, "Go, go, go." I go to hers with food and we're just talking in her room. My dumbass still doesn't realize what's going on and spend an hour just chatting with her on her bed, until mid-conversation she just grabs my face and starts making out. That was when I actually realized what was happening. Boys are dumb. Boys aren't dumb. Boys, most, try their absolute best to not seem rapey. You probably had thoughts in your head about that moment, but didn't act because you didn't want to run the risk of her potentially not wanting it. I've been there before multiple times. We play dumb because it's the safe thing to do. Edit. This is why it's absolutely important to teach consent, boundaries, and healthy communication to young people. It's important for both people to stop, ask, and check in with the other to make sure they are okay with that's going on. I am perfectly happy sitting in silence playing video games for a few hours at a time on a weekend morning night, and it doesn't mean I'm mad at ignoring you don't want to spend time together. Your boy is just trying to chill. Girl, I'm dropping so many hints. Why doesn't he get them? Boy, I think girl is dropping hints, but I'm not sure I want to risk my friendship and embarrassment, so I'll just ignore them. Sometimes stuff is just difficult. For no reason I can also be sad. Just because I don't cry doesn't mean I'm not sad. And we don't get hints. Just tell us what you want, and things would be so much easier for everyone involved. Also, we don't want to be the ones who always initiate sex. It makes us feel creepy sometimes. Men love being the target of a romantic gesture. Many men never have been. I got asked out on a date once, 6 years ago. I still recount it for the occasional serotonin boost. When I say, I don't mind, I really mean it. If I did mind, I would say so. When we say we're thinking about nothing, the majority of the time it literally is just nothing or ridiculous scenarios that we make up that sound stupid when said out loud. I don't actually know how to think about nothing, but I very much relate to the second item. It's not even that it's stupid, it's that by the time conversation has lulled enough for someone to ask, "What ya thinking about?" I'm so many layers deeper that unpacking it would take longer than they'll remain interested. Saying nothing is easier than walking someone through, a Burger King sign. Do you think a king would actually eat at Burger King if he got teleported to now? It's probably tastier than literally anything he's ever had in his life, because of all the fat and salt and lack of rotting meat masked with spices. But also peasants can order it, so maybe his favorite flavor is actually exclusivity. But then where would I take a king if I had to impress him? Although, unless he traveled with his entire court, he's just some guy, so I don't really have to worry about his divine right or whatever, and if he told people he was a king too much, he'd just get locked away. Besides, if I took him to the movies or whatever, he'd think we were gods, or maybe witches, but what's he gonna do about it? So if I wanted to blow his mind like, yeah, Bro, I'm fucking nobody and I live 100 times better than you. Where else would I take him? We like random gifts. We like random hugs. We like random signs of affection and love. Sometimes just a cup of coffee in my favorite mug is enough to convince me it's going to be a good day. Absolutely. My wife used to do little things like place her hand on the small of my back or touch my shoulder as she walked past. These tiny acts of affection really do go a long way, and they're the main thing I miss. We actually really want to be complimented too. A 60-year-old woman complimented me 5 years ago, and it still makes me feel good, which just shows how little we get compliments. A Canadian stripper said I had nice teeth 6 years ago, and I still think about it to this day. Dude, a girl on Tinder a couple of years ago said to me, "You're not ugly, you're normal." And honestly, I think about it every once in a while when I feel unattractive. When we tell women that we don't know how we feel about something, it's usually true, and we genuinely don't really understand how we are supposed to feel. I personally wasn't allowed to express emotions growing up, and it turned into me not being able to understand my emotions. I want real knight armor for my birthday, but I'm not allowed to say so because society forces me to hide it. We love compliments. We get so few, but those I do get really means a lot. I've read this before on similar threads, and it's really had an impact in how I talk to men. Outside of a performance review, most adult men don't hear compliments. I go out of my way to give people, especially men, specific praise now. I have a teaching degree and I know how important specific praise for kids, but no one's ever talked about what happens when people stop giving you that. My husband is literally tired of compliments at this point, though. Sometimes mans just need some alone time, from everyone and everything. If you don't tell us you want something, we honest to God won't know. Case in point, my ex was sat at home and I was going to the local shop. "Hey, do you want anything from the shop?" "No, I'm good." She got mad because I didn't buy her anything. Bruh, that's so relatable. On the flip side, one time when she and I were dating, my college ex ate some of my food without my permission. They were really good cookies someone had made for the both of us, and she ate all of them, including my share. I believe I have grounds to be upset over that, which I rightfully was. She apologized and offered to make it up to me. She offered to take us to the grocery store and get these crackers I'm obsessed with. I happily accepted the offer, and she got mad at me for thinking she wasn't bluffing, hoping I'd say, "No, you're fine. I don't do that kind of theater, so to speak, lol." Reminds me of a comment I read on a relationship sub. "I once told my boyfriend I didn't like flowers and he never bought me flowers again." No, I'm not hitting on you. I'm asking if you're okay because you fell down the stairs. The fact that I shoved you down should be completely irrelevant. "I have a boyfriend," crawls away with a broken leg. When I say I'm not thinking of anything, I'm not trying to hide things from you. I'm exploring the sea that is my mind, no destination, just exploration. We will remember a genuine compliment. Forever. When I was 14 and bagging groceries after school, a girl told me I had beautiful eyes. It's been 25 years. I think about it all the goddamn time. I really like to hang out with my friends because I love them, not because I don't want to spend time with you. It's okay to make the first move. Guys can be shy too. Come talk to me instead of staring at me. When we went on that date and I kept you warm on that bench and you rested your head on my shoulders, and afterwards we kissed and said goodbye, I still wasn't entirely sure you were into me, and I've been thinking about how dumb I am for the last couple of days. Please ask us out. It makes us feel wanted and loved. I asked my fiancé out. He's also blatantly told me that nothing would have ever happened if I didn't make that first move. That sometimes a hug or a nice compliment can mean a lot. We can ride that wave for quite a while. A good hug is always welcomed. When a male is being nice to you, it doesn't necessarily mean they want something or even find you attractive. We are more than capable of being nice just for the sake of it. On the flip side, this doesn't account for all men. I know dudes that not only think men can't be friends with women, but who also believe there's no point in talking to women being nice to women who you don't want to sleep with. And you can't take it personally if a woman can't just innately guess which camp you belong to. And if you think about it, it shouldn't be hard to explain why they'd exercise caution. I always use the poison bottles analogy. Here's 5 bottles of your favorite drink. You love this drink. But one of them is poisoned and will likely kill you. You don't know which. Do you drink from any of them? Women aren't avoiding us because they hate us. But if the alternative is significant emotional or bodily harm, quite frankly, I don't blame them for the choice they make. If I don't like that women are afraid of me, then I should help them figure out which bottles are poison, patriarchy, toxic masculinity, etc., and work on an antidote, wholesome masculinity, feminism, etc. If we men don't want to be feared, then we must hold other men accountable. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. If you don't want to hear the truth about something, don't ask me to tell you the truth, because I'm going to tell you the truth every time. What else would you like women to know? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.